Hello everyone and welcome guys finally to 2020 Season 4 here on iRacing, where today we're here back in the BMW Sprint. So we finished Season 3 in the same way we're going to start Season 4 here ready on iRacing. Now I've said before I'm not a particularly big fan of the BMW M4, but I thought we may as well do a couple of the Sprint series just to make sure we're not rusty on iRacing as well. And we're at Classic Silverstone today. For the 12-minute BMW series. It's probably going to be a 6 or 7 lap race. We qualified rather well. P7 is the number 16 car in this one. So hopefully there's going to be a good chance of some I-rating. It's a 2.1k SOF. But yeah, the aim is just try and get to the end, keep it clean, keep it tidy as well, and yeah, see what we can muster up out of the car. But really, really looking forward to this one. Obviously, if you guys do as well, make sure you do get yourself subscribed for more iRacing content coming to the channel. We're going to try and dive into a bit of stuff. You guys know how it is. But getting ready then to go green for our first race of 2020 Season 4. Let's see if we can kick this off with a bang. There we go. Very, very early start. But it seems like most of the guys behind us haven't responded all too well to the lights either there. So yeah, very, very early jump from the leader. But yeah, if we can just gain some I rating, but keep it clean and tidy, that is probably going to be the aim in this one through turn 1 for the first time. Just easing on the power. Obviously the tyres, brakes, everything like that are cold at the start, so we're going to have to be very, very gentle as we head through Maggots and Beckett's for the first time in this race. You can see everyone just concertinaing up a little bit as we try not to pick up any 4Xs for contact. Able to get on the power nice and early as we head out onto the hangar straight for the first time. Obviously slipstream, not really much of a thing in these cars, but still, yeah, we got a nice little gap either way around us as we head down in towards the next corner there. Everyone just keeping it fairly tidy off the start. Someone's running a bit wide there up the road. Perhaps there was a little bit of side-by-side action as we head down in towards what is now obviously the final couple of corners, but not, of course, on this layout there, as everyone just trying to have a bit of a look for moves, trying to get cutbacks on each other, things like that. Very, very easy for the traction control to cut in through there. As you can see, getting a bit of wheel spin. Someone's clearly not happy. A bit further down the field there, it has a little bit of movement still just up the road. It always sort of worries me a little bit that we're going to get some concertina up when people do that. But anyway, down in through, I think, is this Abbey? I don't know old Silverstone corner names, to be honest. I only ever watched, what, 3 Formula 1 Grand Prix from this layout as the man in the AlphaTauri livery just thinks about going for a bit of a send. Not too sure whether he was really intending to do that or sort of just found himself in that position as we head through the final couple of corners. But it appears that we have survived the opening lap then of this race. Short shifted back into third gear, try and roll on the power at the final turn. The traction control bog is really, really lethal in these cars. As yeah, 10 minutes left on the clock, so I think we're just about going to stretch onto the 7th lap here. Top guys are running sort of high 57s, low 58s in qualifying. We ran a 59.0, which I was really happy with. I was only aiming to try and get a sub 2-minute lap, as the guy there just makes a bit of a mistake through the first corner. We'll bail out of that one as we head through the next couple of corners. Don't think we stood much of a chance around the outside of this guy there, but he's clearly not that confident in this car. I looked at his I rating and thought he probably just messed up qualifying, but he clearly, yeah, is struggling with the car just a little bit. We've actually got a good run out onto the hangar straight here, so we're going to have to try and look to the outside. Let's see if we can make anything happen.
Still there.
Pretty even on the brakes, I think, by the sound of it. You can see just him there on the inside.
He's still there.
Right up over the curbing on the exit, but we've hooked it up around the outside. It's still a drag race.
Still there.
Oh, a little bit of a lock-up. Oh, that's not good. We forced him out wide in the end accidentally. Apologies for that one.
That's the stuff. We'll have some more of that.
The crew chief rather happy with the move in the end as we get even more traction bog on the exit of the corner, but we're back up to where we started then. Apologies to, I can't remember his name now, Antti, for that one. Really, wasn't my intent to completely slam the door on him. Just got a little bit overconfident on the brakes through there. As we head now down in towards the final couple of corners once again through this final complex. I was never a fan of this old style complex of Silverstone. It always just felt so slow and just ruined the flow of quite a high speed track as well, but hey ho, Luckily, obviously, not how Silverstone works anymore. Certainly am a fan of the newer Silverstone layout. It's never really a track that I was a fan of years ago, but more recently I've learned to appreciate it. Obviously a very old school high-speed circuit. Leader's already down to 58, so we ran a 2-minute dead.
Your lap time was 2,
That's a bit late on the brakes.
seconds. Sector 2 is 1.2. Off the
Not a very good run through turn 1. It's going to allow Benjamin just to get a little bit closer. He might think about going for a move around the outside, but thinks better of it. Thank you. Slot in for now. This was the problem as well, jumping into this in these cars, obviously, where I mainly race Silverstone in sort of Formula 1 spec machinery. Rather difficult sometimes to sort of adjust to a car like this, as it appears that Benjamin has once again got a good run out onto the back straight. Is he going to be able to go for anything? He's going to have a look to the inside, or squeeze him defensive.
Still there.
Try and hook it up around the outside. Ooh, a little bit brave.
He's still there.
I'll have the inside for the next corner.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Should be able to hold on.
Still there.
He's going to keep the nose in. We'll give him the room, but try and get on the power early.
He's still there. Clear right.
Oh, he's got us. We just got too much traction bar on the exit. Won't be able to slide past us there. Really trying to open up the track width as best as possible. Thought we were going to clip the grass, but luckily not. It's actually braking through there. Allows you to open up the run through the second part a little bit more though, but yeah, just everyone's got slightly differing lines around this track. Ooh, bit of a mistake there from him, I think. That's not going to allow him a particularly good run through the final corners to get all up towards his boot in true BMW driver fashion through the final corner.
Fuel looks good. The leader has just done 157.8.
Yeah, top guy's back to the 57s though, so I think this is going to be a 7-lapper.
P8.
Need to make sure obviously we brake a bit earlier.
There's decent pace in this car.
I know there's decent pace in the car. We're only the 16th rated driver in this, so to be P8 still is rather good going. I take the 40 iRacing, but I'd rather have the 50. Ooh, he gets, ooh, that's a big mistake from him through there. Just everyone concertinaing up a bit behind this guy. See if we can get a good run. Not quite the run I had in mind. Gaining still in the slipstream. Just roll it into the corner.
Defend your position. Don't let him through.
Just picking up a little bit of grass. It's been good fun so far though. I always just find I try and drive this car a bit too much like a GT3. And that really doesn't do us any favours sometimes. It is a very, very different beast. Back end once again just tries to kick out on you. You just got to try and straighten out the lock so the traction control doesn't kick in. Big gains on the brakes again. See if we can get a better run through here this time. Bit deep through the second part. Come on, you. So he's really just trying to open up the run in the end. We're just trying to fill up his mirrors a bit. See if we can get a bit earlier on the power on the exit. Still just getting a bit too much wheel spin, but we're pulling away from the guy behind, which is reassuring. Both clearly pushing each other a fair bit. It's going to be a 59. Just using third there for a bit of extra engine brake, but not really worth it in the end. So he just pulls away a little bit. Ooh, way too deep. Way too deep, way too deep, way too deep. It's going to ruin my run through the next part. And we mess up right the way through that time. Although I think he hasn't got a particularly good run off the exit either. No, he is not. So we have still got a little bit of a tow. See, the top 6 are just, well, the top 4 have checked out. 5th and 6th have got quite a good breakaway as well, but This car's just so lively under brakes. It's just lively everywhere. Making big gains on the way in. Really just trying to keep it pinned. So lively, just trying to push it to the limit. Ooh, P4 and P5 having a bit of a battle. Maybe there's more to be had from this. Look at that, just all over the curbing. Using all of Silverstone's facilities that it has to offer. Down in towards the final few corners once more. Normally a part of the track where we're not as strong as this guy. Almost into the back of him. Taking a lot of curb. Somehow getting away with that. Come on.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Don't think we're going to get the white flag. No, we are not. So it is 2 more laps to go around this track.
Fastest lap.
Snagging the brakes through turn line ever so slightly. Still just gained a little bit though. Come on. I feel like we've got the pace to beat this guy. Just chuck it in. Fill up his mirrors, make him panic. Get the power down on the exit. Come on, we can do this. We can get a run. That's what I'm talking about. He knows it. He's going defensive. Thinks about it anyway. All over his bumper. Just show the nose. See if we can get a better run through here this time. Much calmer, but didn't feel any quicker. It's 2 in front, still battling. Filling up his mirrors as much as we can. Still breaking through there. We get a 0x.
Still there.
Have a look to the inside. Oh, 2 in front of us have gone round. Don't rejoin like that. We get a 4x as well. But we're now up into, what, P5 of this race. So that's all been a bit crazy. But hopefully now that's given us an opportunity to break away. Sort of right place at the right time there in the end. White flag, 1 more to go though. What's the iRating going to be like now then? Gutted that we picked up the 4x, we kept it clean up to that point.
P5, last lap.
P5, 74 iRating if we finish here. That would be rather handy to start the season with. I think that would take us to 1.6k again. Don't remember the last time we had an iRating game that big in a race, I'll be honest. Anyway, just try and keep it tidy. Got a nice gap to the guys behind now. We don't need to take any risks on this final lap. I'm sure Ben's a little bit gutted. There's a lot more to be gained there, but he only got the 1 spot in the end, obviously after we jumped him. And yeah, what a race it's been for us though. Most of the guys around us, well, everyone that I think we've raced with today has had higher iRating than us. Top guys have got, what, 4k, 3 or 4k between them, so to finish best of the rest behind those, I'll be rather happy with. With our measly 1,500 at the moment, the journey to 2k needs to continue. We need to get back into a good groove. Yeah, I was just looking at that battle up the road, and it really did just look so feisty between the pair of them. No one willing to back down. I mean, it's worked out nicely for us as long as we don't make any mistakes through the final few corners. And what a return to iRacing it's been for the new season then. Just keep it clean through the final couple of turns of this race.
Yellow flag.
No idea why there's yellows out. Guessing someone made a mistake up the road. Oh yeah, 2 of them have done. P4's managed to find himself P2 in the end. after all of that. But it seems like the leader just was able to pull away at the start and never really looked back out of the final corner. It's going to be P5 in the end to kick off the season. Like I said, 74 iRating. I will take that very, very happily indeed. As well, there are a good few consistent laps in the 59s as well. But yeah, really, really did enjoy that one as well. Hopefully you guys did as well. Make sure you get yourself subscribed if you're new around here. And yeah, we will be back very, very soon with more iRacing.